This is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my channel. I just want to show my appreciation for everybody who's subscribed so far. And today is another date night look, and I'm doing things a little bit differently only because I'm in a rush. My sister came over today and it was a little bit of a longer visit than expected, so now I am rushing. So I have already done my makeup, everything except the eyes. And shout out to Angela Bright. I love watching her videos. She has one eye on the camera and she shows how to do makeup on the one eye, and it just is so gorgeous. I don't even have words. But today I'm going to feature again this Morphe 35G Bronze Goals palette. This is what she looks like. And I just want to get a little bit more experience with cutting my crease, because the first time I tried it, I'm not sure if I even liked the result. I just wanted to show it. It was my very first time, so again, I'm a huge believer that the more you do things, the better you get. So we're going to attempt another cut crease today, but it's only going to be a partial cut crease. So I'm just going to do on the center of each eye. So we're going to go in with the shade Sandy, which is this one here. I'm keeping this reference chart on me so I can tell you guys the shade names. Alright, so we're going to take a fluffy brush, and honestly, because I'm in such a rush, I'm not even using my Sigma brushes because they are dirty. So, and as you guys know, I love cleaning them, but I haven't gotten around to it because it's been a pretty busy week. So we're just going to go into the crease with this fluffy brush, and we're going to start blending this color out. So this is the transition shade, or the start anyway, because I've been watching some videos on how to do this, and I'm really hoping that this look turns out better than the last one. And I'm kind of happy that I did this like makeup off camera just to show you the eye part, because I think this video will be already long enough, because when you spend a lot of time blending, and that's the thing a lot of people won't show you, is the blending, because it can literally take forever, because the more you blend and the more colors you add, your look it has just more depth. And honestly, I probably don't even blend my colors as good as I should. And I've actually not really done something like this. I'm not really like a multi-toned eye gal. I usually have like the one color on my eye and that's pretty much it. But I think this is going to look so cool. Okay, so we're going to keep this as my blending brush for that initial shade, just to go back in with the previous shade, blend again, go back into the previous brush and blend. So now I'm going to go with the shade Deserted. And it's pretty much the exact same shade, but I'm going to use it on a smaller brush. So it's going to be this guy here. Tap off the brush. Tapping off your brush is always very important. Again, because my makeup is already done, if I have any fallout, I'll just have to wipe it away. So because this color is so similar, I'm just going to add that one little pop of color. And on this same brush, I'm actually going to go in with the shade Naked. Naked. I like it. And we're going to just build this color up a little bit. So I'm not packing it on, I'm still blending it into the crease. And I'm adding it on top of that first shade. And just in back and forth, and even tiny circular motions as well. Okay, so now that that naked shade, that sounds so funny, has been added to the crease, I'm going to go back in with the first brush. I'm not adding any more product, I'm just blending out the edges. And this is on both eyes. And then to darken that up even more, I'm going to go in with a new brush now. We are going to use this tiny brush. This is actually a shading brush. It's just called a basic shading brush. I'm going to darken it up, and I'm going to use the shade Record Temps, I believe it is. Yeah, Record Temps. It's a little bit of a warmer shade now. And I'm just going to add it to the crease, but kind of bring it down and around. So I'm making kind of a rounded shape around the V of my eye now. So here's where you're going to start to see some depth and some color. Then we're going to go back in with the second brush we used just to blend that shade out. And the whole point of this is just to get the most blended effect that we possibly can. That's looking pretty blended. I'm liking a lot. So I'm going to darken this look up even further. So that was a very warm shade. And I'm going to use actually another crease brush. So this is just kind of a more compact and more dense bristled crease brush. I'm going to go in with a more neutral tone now. So I'm going to take Heat Wave and put it on the very outer corner. Same on the left eye. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with a third brush and blend that into the previous shade. And I'm just going to pack on a little bit more. And then it's still not dark enough for me. And I don't want my entire eye really, really dark. I just want a little bit of black. So the shade Deep End, just the tiniest little bit on the brush and really close to the lash line here now. And just pack it on the end. Just to darken up the outer eye. Just a tad, and then we'll go back in and blend again, because that is what we do. Okay, so we're going to go back in with this fourth brush. Is that third now or fourth? I think fourth. Going to blend this out on the top here. And I'm still not adding any more product. And then we're going to go back in with the first brush, add a little bit more of Sandy on the brush, and just blend this out up here. Okay, now time for cutting the crease. So I'm actually going to take the other side of this little dense crease brush. It's a little concealer brush. I don't know if it'll be small enough to do the job, but we're going to try, and then if not, I'll use a different brush. So I'm actually just using my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Just put a little bit on the brush and pack on the concealer. So I was really trying to listen well, and they say to find out where it hits the top of your upper lid, to put a little bit on and then look up, and then if it touches any higher, that's as high as you go. But in my case, it didn't touch the upper lid. This is where it stayed, so that looks good for that side. And now for this side. So we're only going to go about halfway, and then we'll just kind of let the concealer dry just a tad. And then I'm going to go in with my original brush and just kind of dab the transition between that dark on the outside and the concealer. And then we're going to blend it. We're going to take this, I think this was the third brush, and we're going to add Naked. So this isn't the same brush I used for Naked, but we're going to use this brush. And I'm just going to gently blend out the transition here between the concealer and the outside color. Go back in, get some more product, and blend the other eye. Okay, so that's looking really good. And then I don't want a pink color, I don't think. What color do we want? I think we're going to go in with Island Life because that looks really, really pretty. I'm just using a dry brush, and I may have to wet it. We'll see how well this works. Okay, so I have quite a bit of fallout, so I'm just going to wipe away the powder from underneath my eyes. And I think I want to lighten that look up just a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with this really fat pencil brush, and we're going to use the shade Glow On, and just put it on the inside, not the corner, just a little bit on where we put that Island Life. So it kind of makes the shade a little bit more golden. And it brightens it just a tad. And I think what I'm going to do is spray my brush with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. There we go. And we're just lighting it up just a bit more so it's lighter and we have that nice transition from light to dark. Okay. And now we're going to go back in and blend a little bit. So I'm using the original brush, just a little bit, because we don't really want that sparkle color going too far anywhere. And then we're going to go back on the outside of where the cut crease ends. And I'm going to go back in and add a little bit of the dark color. And then we're going to blend that out. We're going to go back in with poolside, or not poolside, sorry, record temps, which is that warmer color. And we're just going to blend that black out because we don't want it to be too black. And on the outer corner, we can blend it right up into the crease. And again, just wiping away any fallout. And I think that looks really pretty on the upper eye. And let's just say we're going to go back in with a little bit more of Glow On and just accentuate that line a little bit more. The left eye is really accentuated and the right eye is losing it a little bit. There we go. And now we can go ahead and do the lower lash line because the rest of the face is already done. So I'm actually going to go in with a teensy, well, not too teensy, tiny. This is the smudge brush. Okay, we're going to actually add inner corner highlight and the brow bone highlight. And I'm actually just going to use Glare. Or maybe, yeah, I think Glare would be nice. Okay, I just had to add a little bit of Fix Plus to my brush. Add a little bit to the brow bone right up here. And then, oh, I'm just going to blend this out a little bit more because I'm not quite happy with the way that looks. There we go. And now we're going to concentrate on the lower lash line. So I'm going to use, which brush should we use? We're going to use another Real Techniques brush, and this is just an Instapop crease brush, but I'm just going to use the tip, and we're going to go really dark and blown out. So first, on the lower lash line, we're going to actually use the shade Naked to start, and just bring that color down from the top and put it on the lower lash line. And then I'm going to use a tiny little brush, and we're going to go in with a bit of a darker shade. So I am going to use Heat Wave. And we're going to go equal parts Heat Wave and then equal parts Deep End, which is the black shade, and just kind of bounce it between each of the shades. And go a little bit closer to the lash line. I did have on black, or not black, it was the Beauty for Real pencil liner in the shade Whiskey, the eyeline in shade Whiskey. And I had that in on the waterline, and then I'm just blending it into with the shadow that we're adding now. Okay, and now that that's added across the entire lower lash line, I'm just going to accentuate the lower outside corners with a little bit more of the black. Okay, and then we're just going to do one final blend. I'm just going to go back in with this original brush that I used up here, this color here, and we're going to blend all of that together. That's a very blown out dark lower lash line. And then we're going to go off camera. I'm going to add mascara and black liner and lashes, and we'll be right back. I am using the Tarte Sex Kitten liner. I'm going to be using the Tarte Amazonian Clay Gifted Mascara, and then just these Ardell Faux Mink Style 811 lashes. We will be right back. Okay, so lashes are all done, and I felt again like I struggled with these. They didn't come off the packaging very well, and there was a lot of glue, and it was stuck really hard, and then when I pulled them off, it kind of deformed, and I couldn't get it back to my natural eye shape, so I struggled a lot, but eventually we got them to work. So now we are just going to focus on lips. So I am using my favorite lip liner, the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in 09 Spice. And I want to have a very nude lip because the eyes are so dark and dramatic. So I will overline just a little bit. And then we are going to fill them in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Pure Hollywood. It is the only one I own, but I really like this combination because it does give a very nude lip. And just put your lips together. And then I will blend the two with my finger. And I think that does it. I think that is the look we are going for tonight. So I thought these lashes were actually really short because they had, like on the inside, the lashes were really tiny, and then these outside lashes are just crazy. So it's a little crazier than I'm looking for, but not just looking for, but just something that I've done. And I thought maybe I'd messed up on the cut crease, but actually it looks kind of cool. I'm just going to look down for you for a moment so you can see what it looks like from all angles. And that is the completed look. So please tell me what you guys think. I know that I have already 2 other videos with this same palette, but I wanted to get a different look and I wanted to just use some different colors. I know I tend to go for those nudes, but obviously they're transition colors. Everybody uses that for nudes. I wouldn't mind playing around with some of the other shimmers maybe next time and just seeing what other kind of cool cut crease looks we can do. And until next time, happy date night. Have a great evening, you guys.